Okay, last we left you, we were talking about pink propellers.
Yes, so let's...
This is a pink propeller. Now, I don't know how well it'll come through on the video, but you notice there's a bit of a pink hue to it. And what that is electrolysis pulling the copper, the brass out of the tin. That's how you make bronze. You have a bronze propeller. Some of the metal is taken out during the electrolysis process.
So what is the pink then? The pink is the
pink is the
copper. The
copper.
And,
the copper that's in it.
Interesting. It's like in these splotchy. It's almost like a rash.
No.
And if you can't see the pink, you could probably at least see that rash kind of look. It's lighter and darker patches.
Where is it? There's a notch right here.
Yeah.
You can see it here by my finger. When they pull the propeller off, because it weighs probably about 30 pounds, it dropped to the pavement and chipped it.
And that shouldn't have happened,
That
right?
shouldn't have happened.
Because it wasn't like 3 feet off the ground.
No, it was only this high and then clunked down it went.
Yeah.
But the point is, it means it's brittle.
So the prop's brittle.
Right.
So, what do we know about this prop?
This prop is a 24 by 22 propeller. It means that from across the circle that it makes in the water is 22 inches across, and every revolution it pushes the boat forward 24 inches.
So, this is the one that was on the boat.
This is the one that was on the boat.
We also found one
That we found an extra. Now
in the
we
storage
don't know which
locker.
one's the original.
Or 5 of them.
Now
are, really.
it's the same diameter, but it's not as deep a pitch. It pushes the boat forward 22 inches
per revolution.
which means you won't go as fast, but you will put more torque in the water. In other words, the engine, it's like, think about a car, if for those of you who are mechanical, the speed is dictated by the gear ratio in the rear end of the car, or in the final drive of the transmission. That works the same way here.
And the one thing we don't know is which was originally installed, or what was originally installed on the boat.
So we're going to put this one back on.
Yeah, only because we knew it came off there, and even though it's brittle and it's been affected by electrolysis, but we'll always have the other one as a backup in an emergency. It means we'd have to get a diver.
Because on the new piece here, this won't be here.
So and why are we not having that piece there?
We're getting rid of this because this is what took the hit. That screwed
everything up. Yeah.
So we're going to eliminate this in the new piece that we're going to make here.
Yeah.
So that if the propeller does happen to hit under a rock or a log,
so it will be the propeller that takes the blow.
Right.
It won't be this thing here, but then it won't mess up this whole this whole
that's
unit.
The idea.
We damage the propeller,
Depends
not the
how hard
whole.
you hit it. There's a lot of factors, but the point is we'll have the extra one. But in theory, at least one of these could break off when we hit
because it's brittle.
Right. So you've got something doing, let's say, 1,800 or 1,000 RPM. 3 blades, it's balanced. That's fine. But if you break this off, now you've got these two going around like this.
So while it's a bit of a risk, it's not a great trip. It's not a huge risk.
Right.
Worst case scenario, it breaks and we get towed back, or we get a diver to go under and install the other one. Right.
I don't know many divers who could handle 30 pounds worth of brass underneath.
Well, apparently they do that.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe
Regardless,
maybe
we'll
they
have
need a helper.
Extra one. Yeah. However it works out.
And the reasoning for that is we don't even have any metrics for this one, knowing what kind of effect it has on the boat versus the other pitch. So if we use this one for a year and we see that...
Well, we'll know what RPM gives us what speed.
What speed, yeah.
We'll know how much fuel it burns to cover that distance. And then we'll swap to the other one. And we'll compare between the two. So that's the game plan.
A bit of a close-up.
Let me see if I flip it over if it gets any better on the other side. Oh, finished out of that.
What does that say?
This is the pitch. 24 by 22. And who cast it and the casting number.
and van. Did you cast that?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Oh yeah, you bring me another boat, though? Yeah. What'd you do with the other boat?
It's downboard, working on it.
Oh yeah. I was gonna go down
Hang
to the
up
thing yesterday.
a ladder to get on.
Did you want to go look at a boat?
The boat?
Absolutely not.
He's seen enough of boats.
All right.
At least one in particular.
There we are on board. So with everything being worked on the boat, this place is a real tip. It's kind of disheartening because it feels like we took a lot of time to set the boat up just as we wanted it. Made it feel like home, but right now it's upside down. It's like a snow globe. Someone picked it up, shook it over. So anyway, we'll take you for a tour to see how bad it looks. So, you know, in subsequent video, we'll have an after picture. So let's take a look. So when you come on the stern here,
It's a mess.
yeah, so that's the back part of the banquette. Tools. This poor thing is taken a beating. This top to the engine, but we'll freshen it up with paint when we're all done. Nick's got this open here. He's been busy working in there, but there's always... Everything's out of place. Everything's out of place. Yeah, we don't normally keep the chair up on the banquette.
I left this open so that when the drive shaft comes in tomorrow,
Yeah, it's going to be installed.
there's no point boxing it up now. We'll install the drive shaft and the rudder, the prop shaft will go in, and we'll be able to box all that up after we get everything connected and lined up.
So this is about the only thing that kind of looks as it should.
Almost the same.
Picture wall. But yeah, here's the head of the washroom. Oops, I put the plug on something. Well, the floor's no longer torn up. They've kind of put, oh, that's a temporary floor because there's fiberglass underneath it. And they didn't want to be walking on the fiberglass. There's a proper wooden grill to go on it. And this is, once was our living space, is now more of a workspace. It looks pretty rough in here. It's actually kind of depressing. It kind of makes me sad. Side panel open there so they can access where they're going to put the new loop for the macerator. Layer of dust on everything. Somehow there's a kitchen. Somewhere under here is a kitchen. I think those pillows are going to be so full of dust I'll have to beat the snot out of them. Yeah, everything is a little upside down. And the front end of the boat is under some layers of tarps because we are expecting a major storm coming in this evening. And it made us question whether it was actually safe to have this boat parked here, or if we should have put it inside. Go down into there. There's still some open spaces, and that looks nothing like our bedroom normally does. So
No, but all the plywood's down.
yeah, all the there's a few holes. The holes have to be fixed on the side, but the plywood is down. It has to be glassed and painted.
Range.
We absolutely cannot wait to get this boat back in the water and turned into a house again. So, Nick, I was just thinking, since we've got that storm coming in tonight, I've noticed on some of our boating Facebook groups, people are actually posting their screenshots of the actual wind and storm. You want to take a moment and pull it up on, or can we? Have we got enough power to it?
To what?
To your radar.
Sure.
Can we pull it up and take a look?
Yep.
East 15 gusting 21. Raised rocks, northeast 22. Yves Hook, west 7. Pine Bank buoy, east 12. Seas 1 foot 3 seconds.
I have to look at the
Harlow Strait, east 8. East Point, east 5. Sand Heads, east 11. The forecast for north and central coast, including Forks and Hoquiam. Today, cloudy with a slight chance of rain this morning, then cloudy with rain likely this afternoon. Highs in the 60s. East wind 10 to 15 miles an hour becoming south. Rain
speed of ground, heading, rudder angle, depth, and water temperature, as well as time.
Highs near 60.
You can set it to measure your tanks too. The problem is we don't have sensors for that.
Chance of showers.
Oh, okay. Fuel tanking.
That's what tanks means.
Highs in the
So
lower
if you go to
70s.
tanks, it'll say data not available.
Measurable precipitation for Quill.
Yeah, so this is going to be take 2. I guess the video we recorded yesterday, take 3, okay, whatever. Yesterday, I guess we didn't hit record. And we chatted and Nick yawned 4 times and no yawning today because I'm going to demand $10 every time he yawns.
Good luck, because guess what bank account it comes out of?
Anyway, just wrapping up the good, the bad, and the very ugly. So we've looked at all the bad and the very ugly, but let's just talk about the good, like why this is actually a good thing.
Well, a propeller shaft came today,
Yeah.
so that I'm excited about.
Yes.
Basically, what this has been just one long learning lesson after another. And to give you an idea, give us an idea of the complexity of basically taking a 48-foot travel trailer and you're making it float, not leak, and go where you want it to go. So it's been a long process about learning that, because you enter a third dynamic when you have one of these. You not only have to worry about left and right, you've got currents, you've got tide, you've got wind, you've got all of that stuff, plus forward and backward, and up and down.
Yeah, but besides that, though, we knew there were some things that needed to be addressed when we bought the boat, and then a whole rat's nest of other things that came up. But bottom line is his Summersong is being preserved. She's going to be safe. So we didn't address the good folks here at Park Isle Marine did not address anything that was not safety related.
Yeah, this isn't a cosmetic thing.
Nothing. So the only cosmetic thing that's been addressed is the paint on the side, but it keeps raining, so we weren't going to do that. But after being here for 4 weeks, we thought, well, we have time to do it. But
we should say it didn't start to rain until she got out the paintbrush.
until I got the paint out, taped everything up. So.
Then all of a sudden,
but getting back to the repairs, like the stuff it's all safety related. The boat, we're just going to feel so confident that the scary stuff is dealt with. So
so now it's up to us to become better sailors.
Yeah.
We're hoping within the next 10 days the boat will be back in the water, but the weather's going to play a big role in that.
Huge.
The debate right now is, do we put it in to my right, sorry. To my right is a massive canvas tent that
We're
where they
running
do
out of time here, so we best
that they do a lot of the work in. Do we put it in there, or do we leave it out here and try and get a good break in the weather?
Yeah, so it's all weather right now. So anyway, like, subscribe, recommend us to your friends, follow us for some adventure and excitement.
We're kind of fun, really.
And we really are running out of time. So,
all right, with that said, we'll see you all again next time. And in the meantime, ubicaritas et amor, Dea CBS. Good evening, God bless. Don't let anything disturb your peace, and may you have a fair wind in a following sea.